kind of like the mod stuff, punk, all these things, and they're usually not, it's not necessarily organic. Like it's happening, but it's happening with a few hundred people, and then for whatever reason the media latches onto it and turns it into a whole thing that they can sell, a movement that can be sold. That's usually what happens. Anyway, I'm just going to engineer it myself. What's this, Kathy? Hank Rock. Hank Rock is the future. Let me see. Well, I can, working on it. Nice. Very nice. Ooh. Wow. That's great. Let me load this up. I'm just staring at it right now. Let me show you what Kathy is working on. Whoa. That looks great, Kathy. I want to load it. I want to load it. There we go. This. Yeah, that's really nice. Let's zoom in. I want to zoom in on this because there's so much detail there. There's a lot of detail. I can't even zoom in enough. If you guys go into the Discord. Oh wait, I'll load the other one. That is the other one. This is the, there's just so much detail. Needs more detail. I see, Kathy, you fall into the same troubles that I do of like obsessed about the tiny little details. Because I can't, here, I'm going to zoom this in so people can see. I too suffer from this problem. More. They can't even see. I notice that the detail that you put into this face, this browser isn't showing all the detail that you put in from the picture in the Discord, where it's like there is like every little detail in the eyes. Let's just go to display capture. Here we go. There we go. This one's better. This one's better. There we go. There, now we can see the detail. That is some crazy detail, Kathy. Every little detail. Every little detail. Yeah. This is a painting that Kathy is working on right now. How are you doing, Manny? That is a lot of detail. So, for those of you who don't know, let me tell you. So Kathy is an artist, obviously, a painter, and that's why I named this guitar the Kathier, because it reminded me of a painting, which then reminds me of Kathier. So this guitar is the Roya Kathier. But check this out. It's shiny. It's all shiny. I made it shiny. Karen, what's going on? Nifty, how are you doing? So Nifty, tomorrow I'll get. I'm going to pack up that uke. I'm sorry I haven't got on that sooner. So much has been going on, but this week, that uke is going out. Don't worry. Anyway, you're still working on it? I'm looking forward to it, Kathy. I'm looking forward to it. Okay. Don't worry, Nifty. It's coming soon. Like all things, soon. So, anyway, I wet sanded all morning. I wet sanded all morning for this shine. You will all appreciate the shininess. Yeah, the Roya Cathier edition. So shiny. I spent 2 days wet sanding that, and then I buffed it right before the stream. So I got it done. The body is done, and I don't want anything to go wrong. It's almost 12K, almost. Manny can tell from the sheen. He's like, it's close. It's close. Yeah, mirror finish required and expected. Yeah, it is. Just for this one, I don't normally do shiny, but this one necessitated it. So, also, if something should happen to me, I'll tell you, this weekend, I told Karen how to party. I don't know how she's going to take it. She seemed okay on Instagram. I told her how to party. And we were talking about the body, the Karen Day guitar, and illustration and design ideas. And anyway, Karen sent me a picture, and I was like, I don't know about that one. And I don't know. I think we worked it out, but I told Karen how to party, so I'm going to have to live with the repercussions of that for the rest of my life. So, but I think the the guitar is going to look really good. So things are getting done for the most part. There's no rush. It's best not to rush these things. Best not to rush these things. So right now what I'm doing, I'm just scraping off the finish on the frets, because I sprayed over it. So I'm just scraping. You can see the finish. I fret dressed really well before I sprayed it, so the finish is popping right off of the frets. I just don't want to scratch the fingerboard, so I put a bit of tape on the end here so that just the blade is rubbing against the end of the fret. This thing is, and I still have to spray. I have to put a sticker and then spray this gloss. I need to make a new truss rod cover because no one liked my truss rod cover. They said it was too big. They were telling me how to party. But they were probably right. The thing is, they were right. So this is one of those few instances where I'll listen to chat and be like, maybe you're right. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. So I don't always listen to chat, but when I do, I will actually follow through on it. So we got a lot of art. We've got a lot of art coming up. A lot of artwork. If you guys haven't been following Guitar Show Australia, He's been working on an art piece guitar as well, a comic strip guitar, a concept piece, another art piece for the gallery, because Manny does art guitars. It worked. It worked. Oh, it was all part of your ruse. All part of your ruse. Yeah. We got to the heart of the matter. I think we're on the same page. I definitely think we're on the same page. I think it's going to look pretty good. A celebration of wood and handcrafting. I like that. Burn it was actually for something else. Yeah, it's kind of tricky, like what we were talking about. So Karen and I were just talking about design and stuff, and I've seen people do both. One where they use the instrument as a canvas, and they just do a piece of artwork on the guitar, and it looks fine. It looks like you did art on a guitar. I don't have a problem with that, but the problem I do have, when I do have a problem with it, is that I don't like details getting lost, or like the drawing getting lost in details. So if you do something really intricate and really elaborate on a guitar, from far away, it just looks muddy. Like it just looks like a kind of a texture. You can't really see what it is, right? But when you do more of a ornamentation or a pattern, you can still tell what it is from far away. And a person can play it and you can still see the art on it and it makes sense. Whereas if you do a drawing one way and then they're holding it, it's like you can't see it. So that's kind of how I see it. And that's what I was telling Karen. What I think would be ideal, but again, tell Karen how to party at your own expense. Then it has to stand out, yeah. Yeah, I really like the guitar to be an instrument first. It can be a pretty instrument. Yeah. Too much detail. It has to stand out. Well, that's the thing. It's like if the player wants that image on their guitar for them, like sometimes there's things you put on the guitar for the player and sometimes you put it on for the aesthetic of the guitar, right? So it depends, like there was this one guy. Yeah, present the evidence. He brought in a custom mandolin that he had made in Vietnam. And it had all these inlays of a bird that was the same name as his daughter. So it makes sense. All these tiny little inlays of this bird all over the fingerboard. But from far away, you couldn't really tell what they were. You could just tell there was something on the fingerboard, right? Which isn't bad because that was just for him. He just wanted his daughter's name in bird form on the guitar. Unfortunately, the reason he brought his mandolin in was it was made in Vietnam, which is very humid. He brought it to Canada. All the inlays popped out from the temperature and humidity changes. So then he had to bring it in to Meredith to get fixed. Everything just popped right out. So he got it. It was a beautiful instrument that was much cheaper to make in Vietnam. But that's always the problem that can arise. Yeah, you don't want too much detail. Too much detail and you lose. Again, it depends on the medium. You turn Coy into Elvis. Well, you're on a different level, Manny. You're making art. Nobody is going to fully understand your art until for another, probably I would say 80 to 150 years is when the Mellows custom art is finally going to be understood, and there will be multitudes of art historians writing about what you were trying to do with your art. That's my prediction. So don't worry, Manny. I know that nobody understands you, but they will in the future. They may not understand you fully, but they will act like they do. Yeah. Karen can't be trusted. Of course, Jack. Listen here, Jack. Come on to my channel and sow discontent. Jack is just playing everyone off each other. Yeah, exposing. Like, we all know that Karen can't be trusted, but you don't have to say it. It's just rude. So, if all goes well, I should have this. Oh wait, I can't. I'm going to have to figure out my water slide decal situation. I might have to just make them myself because I don't want to wait another week or so to get them. Maybe I'll just do it myself, which is possible. Meredith was making her own. So much cleanup. It's so much easier to just do a dark fingerboard and oil it. Then you don't have to scrape it all off, but whatever. I did a lot of extra things on this one, from binding it, just photo paper, inkjet, lacquer, spray over the print. Yeah, that's what I was going to do, Manny. Yeah, Meredith did it on one. It works fine. You just have to spray it with the poly first, and you're good to go. The painting on Discord started at 4A and now is 1 meter. Well, you just work in that scale, Kathy. You know, all the great painters from the past, they worked on giant movie screen, scale. So You're just being true. True to tradition. I have that problem though. When I was working on stuff, I would always just keep zooming in. Because you can just keep zooming in when you're doing a digital painting. You can just keep zooming in and zooming in. Oh man. I need to get a different blade here. This blade is dull. I really don't want to scratch the fingerboard though. So many things to consider. Not big enough. Yeah, it's got to be the size of a movie screen. A scale. Epic scale. It has to be epic. You just put a ring on a finger that it don't fit on. Why'd you do that, Jack? Just hammer it off. Just hammer it off, Jack. Enhance. That's another thing with like painting or illustrating. It is, in a way, like simpler can be better in a way. I spent a lot of time kind of simplifying my style. I used to do like insane cross finger going in the press. I used to do like cross-hatching style, which is like every little line. Okay, I've got 5 frets cleaned off. A few more to go. Okay, so on this one, I don't know if you guys, I showed you guys, I did the aluminum dot inlays. I like the really like small, low profile. I don't know if they're low profile, but just like small and to the point. And that's just aluminum, but they're pretty shiny when they catch the light. Just nice and simple. I didn't do fret dots. I don't usually like fret dots unless someone requests them. So on AJ's Pink guitar, how much for this guitar? This guitar is going to go for a lot. A lot. More than the Pink guitar. Hey Jack, you like the hearts? Jack, that Pink guitar is for sale. AJ wants an upgrade. AJ really liked my walnut semi-hollow and then asked me if she could upgrade. And I said, yeah, I'll see if I can sell your Pink guitar, and then I'll use that to build the walnut semi-hollow that she wants. She really liked the walnut semi-hollow with the P90s. So that guitar I lent for the next month. And then We'll see. We'll see. I put that Pank guitar up for sale. It's used, but still in good shape. It's got good pickups in it. It's a good guitar. It's got a lot of little details. Wouldn't be for everyone, but for the right person, maybe somebody would want a Pank guitar with gold heart inlays. That's just a neck through. The details are not lost. Yeah, as long as the compression isn't too bad, you should be fine. That's what I always do is like compress it down to screen resolution and then see how it looks. Because most people will probably see it on screen unless you do prints of it. That's why I kind of changed my style, because I was working exclusively for screen rather than print. Print and screen are different, you know? And then when I started doing more things for the screen, it changed how I was drawing. You know? Like this one. Oops. This one is really simple. You can see the details and stuff. It's more like a cartoon, like an anime, which looks good. It's made for screen. So this is very simple. You can see all the details in there. You know, it's just solid colors, and then it's shaded like an anime. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. More cartoonish, just because it looks better on screen anyway, rather than ultra detailed stuff. Yeah, refer to the 8-ball. I had more detailed stuff, but it's all on my other computer, so I can't really show you. I've done stuff where it's like more painted, but I haven't had a whole lot of time to draw, except I did, well, I guess I can't say that. I haven't done any character illustration for a while. Too busy with the getting these guitars. I should probably do a character illustration with this one. I haven't thought of the character that would play this guitar. This guitar is already a painting. There we go. Man. Gotta clean everything up. Clean everything up all the time. This one has been very, very time intensive. I'm not frustrated or impatient necessarily. It's just like, man, this one was... There's just so many little things that I have to spend extra time on, and I've already spent a lot of time on all these other things, but now it's like just things like, oh, I have to clean up this fingerboard again so that it looks perfect. Sure. I'll be right down. Richard, I'll be right down. Give me a second. I'm the only one in the shop. Sure. poor Emmett. Come here, Emmett. Come here. Oh, Richard's here. Oh, sorry about that. Will is late. Richard is here to do a neck carve tonight. Yeah. Now Emmett is distracted. Anyway, so those stairs, man, you guys haven't seen those stairs. 3 stories straight down. Oh, hey, Emmett. Emmett. There's Emmett. Emmett, come here. Come here. Here, I'll get you some treats. I got some treats for you. I got some treats. Come here. Come here. Okay. We'll get some treats for Emmett for doing nothing but being cute. There you go. There you go. I suppose I should make you sit or something. Do something. Sit. Sit. You have to earn this treat. Sit down. Sit. Sit. There we go. There we go. Sit. Okay. You did something. Okay, I don't have anything else for you. I'm sorry. He deserves all the treats. Okay. So when did Will say he was going to be here?
Like between 5:30 and 6.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
Cool if I just kind of grab
Yeah,
it?
yeah, set up here. Yeah, it's no problem. Richard is just here working on a neck carving class with Will. And he's carving Telecaster neck, maple with marble wood? What is that?
Right.
Yeah. So his first carve, it went pretty good. Actually, we should go through. Where are my calipers? And we can go through the thickness of it.
Right.
So what I do is, I usually do about 21 millimeters. So I go from there. So that's 20.6. So that's the right. So this is all good here. 20.6, 20.9, 20.83. Actually, you know what? You pretty much nailed it.
Fingers crossed. I have trouble with calipers. I'm not handy.
Oh, you got this really even.
I'm glad.
Yeah, that's really good. Your hands are calipers. This thing is, I can't believe that you got it that even without calipers.
I mean, I was measuring, and I just kept getting different readings, and I was
Yeah.
like, I'm just going to keep going. Feels about right.
Yeah, so this is 20.73, 20.74, 20.9, 20.88, and 20.62. So that's all within 0.2 millimeters, which is nothing.
Sweet.
Like that's a really nice carve. Best first carve I've ever seen.
It's not done yet.
It's not done yet,
Plenty
but
of time to screw it up yet.
yeah. Well, I don't know how you could, but that's a really good first carve.
Thank you very
Good
much.
job.
Well, I guess it's more likely that I'm going to screw up the front of it now.
Yeah. Don't screw it up now. You're in the home stretch.
Yeah.
Rage, what's going on? Check this out, Rage. I made a shiny. It is now a shiny body. Behold, the shiniest of the shiny. If you're not first, you're last. You've been last for the last time, Rage. No 12K. I didn't use 12K. I used a buffing wheel. I cheated. I used what we call the electric Manny. That's what I call my buffing wheel, is the electric Manny. And it will buff it shiny. Here in Canada, we found a way to automate Manny. And it requires an artificial intelligence robot taken from his streams, his movements, his body movements, reverse engineered into the perfect buffing machine. It's way over 12K. It's close, but no cigar. So this thing, it's all kind of not as shiny anymore because I've been handling it too much. But it is nice and smooth. There's no divots on that top. There are, oh, wait, what is that? What is that? Oh, maybe there's, for the most part, it's pretty clean. So, ba-boom. Yes, it will be ready at the end. I'm going to try and have this done for the end of the week, if I can. It'll definitely be ready for June 25th. Then I have the walnut. So I still have to finish the walnut guitar. So if I can get that one and the walnut one ready, that should be good. Might be able to do one more. That'll be kind of a stretch goal. We'll see. Hey, Panic, how are you doing? How much is the one next to the pink one? This one?
That one is awesome. Third party opinion.
Richard really liked this one as well. Yeah, this one, I think this one is about, I'm saying 1800. That's what I'm saying for this one. Because it is, yeah, it's a really nice one. It's a very, very nice guitar. USD. I don't deal in Canadian pesos anymore. And the pink one is going for 1200 USD if you want something more economical. Richard, can I interest you in a pink?
That looks great too, yeah.
This one was traded in. I've made this for a client. It's got gold heart inlays.
Look at this.
And
Do the strum.
yeah. And she wants an upgrade. So I was like, well, I'll see if I can sell it. And I can use that to put the deposit in for the next one.
Tuning.
Oh, she tunes it a half step down. So it's probably out of tune. Yeah, I deal only in Russian rubles. I only want rubles. No Canadian dollars, no US dollars, rubles only. It's the only thing that's stable. Soviet kopecks. Let me tell you, the kopeck is coming back. Oh.
That might have been why the.
Oh, she was doing some weird things. That's.
Oh, you know what? It didn't even break. It just wasn't.
Oh, it just popped out.
Yeah, it just popped out.
Oh, okay. Here, let me.
Well, no big issue. But these gold frets are cool.
Yeah. Got the little heart inlays.
Yeah.
Dusty rose. It's still in pretty good shape.
Yeah, that's good.
It's only a year old.
What's the scale length on that one?
25 and a half. Yeah, and it's got some Fender noiseless pickups in it.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's such a comfortable shape.
Yeah.
People on your street, you're gonna talk about how pretty it is, but what's beautiful about it is how it feels when it's on your lap.
Yeah, it's
That's what I
smaller. It's smaller than a Telly. This one has the tummy cut as well, so it's like this is super comfortable. This one. It's smaller than a Telly, better fret access.
It's very addictive
Yeah.
to hold. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, I only Soviet capacitors in it as well.
Oh shit, sorry.
Anyway, I'm getting everything ready for the open house. So this one will be up for sale. All these guitars are going up for sale. I'm putting them up. Some more cheap than others. The prototype ones, like that's why this one is going for $1,200 because, well, it's used, but it was also, it's a nice guitar, but there's nothing wrong with it as an instrument. It's a really good instrument. I would just do things differently now. Yes, pink Telly, and it's for sale. I had a client trade it in. She wants an upgrade. Say Texan Space Agency, do you want a pink Telly with gold heart inlays on it? It's got custom gold hearts on the fingerboard there. Anyway, so I'm trying to sell this one so I can build her another one. Because this was a really good guitar. It wasn't the right guitar for her. It served its purpose, but when she played the semi-hollow walnut guitar with the P90s, it worked way better as a jazz math rock. Anyway, it's a nice little shape. It's as Richard was saying, it's smaller than a regular Telly. Very comfortable, nice and light. Feels really good. Better fret access. Anyway. Yes, it's 25.5-inch scale length. So, yeah, that one's going up for sale. Everything must go. I'm selling guitars at the end of the month. I would say in their teens, like it depends. 25.5 isn't too bad. Yeah, it's a fire sale. Everything must go. Everything must go. Well, I want to get rid of all my prototypes. So I'm properly branding my guitars now with logos on the headstocks, nameplates. The hat is not for sale. You can get a Hank Bud hat in my merch store. So none of these guitars, they have an HB logo, but they're not branded. Like I'm starting to put these Hank Bud plates on them. So all of those, they're all really good instruments, but they're not branded. They were earlier builds. And so I'm selling them for less than what I will be selling my current builds for. So to put it in perspective, this walnut, the Turkish walnut one, will be going depending on it depends on what pickups I put into that, but that one will be 2,500 at least. So that one's going for 18, which is a really good price. That one's going for 12. This is all US dollars. So it's kind of like get them while you can, because they won't be that price for very long. I'm going to be a real custom boutique builder. Will is here, everybody.
Sorry, I'm late. I was just enjoying being a guest on the
Yeah. Richard came on to the stream and was like, the door is locked.
Send someone down, please.
Yeah.
It's cold out here.
And then did you go unlock the door for us?
No, the Chevy, I'll be buried with the Chevy leather goods. I'll have my Viking funeral where I'm burnt with those.
Because I remember it was a little uneven here. So I'm just trying to flatten out this bottom bit. And then I remember this part's kind of accidentally good. And then I'll get to like the 12 and then the 9.5 here. My plan anyway.
Yes.
It's going to go nice slow today. It's not going to
Yes.
Anyway,
the 12 here, I've got the 16. And this is the 9.5.
so Will, I measured his neck thickness, and it's pretty much 21. Like, it's even the whole way.
Perfect.
I credit Will the teacher, because obviously Richard didn't mean to do that.
No. No, they told me last time that I need to have some blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
So today I think they're just going to verbally abuse me.
Yeah.
The tears portion.
Yeah, we're at the tears, yeah. Richard bled. Last time he came in, he's like, do you guys have a Band-Aid? And we're like, good. He definitely sweated, but he hasn't, no tears yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Dave Young.
Yeah. We'll get him.
Yeah.
Such a needy dog, I bet.
Harbor Freight has a $65 24 karat gold plated ratchet. That is a tempting thing. Gold plated ratchets. Yeah. Yeah, it's a fire sale. If it's, I'll burn it. Everything will be burned. If these guitars are not sold, I'll just burn them. I'll send them to Karen to burn. Because what's the point? What's the point? Yeah. Burn them. What's the point in being a luthier if nobody plays my guitars? These guitars are all piling up behind me. Yeah. Well, if I don't sell these guitars, I'm going to have to burn them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Hey, thank you for that follow. Amorak Sukov 33. I don't know. Amorak Sukov. Anyway, thank you for that follow. Metal Dad. No, that's a trick. You'll just burn it. Anyway, I'm just gearing up. We're kind of doing our own guitar show. So I can't, I'll just call you Amora. I can't do it. Yeah. Okay, Rage, we'll catch you in a bit. I still got a couple more hours. Yeah, so we're just basically going to do... No, man. Texan. Amorak. Okay, Amorak. No, Texan Space Agency, if anyone deserves a gold-plated ratchet, it's you. You deserve that. Your subs want to see you decked out in the blingiest of ratchets. They will be proud of you to have that. Don't do the faux, I'm a working man and I use like beat up old tools. No. They want to see you blinged out. People respect that these days. They don't respect humility. and modesty. They want over the top gold plated tools. In fact, I should get nothing but gold plated tools. A plasma cutter, that's nice. Man, that is probably the wisest purchase anyone can get.
Very common in Vancouver for stealing bicycles.
Yeah, a plasma cutter.
That's a hot item at our.
Really, just cutting through bike locks.
Yeah, like what are they, the tier 3 locks? When I was buying my bike, the guy's like, don't even bother getting a bike lock because they have a lot of plasma torches now.
They have plasma torches now.
That's how they steal bikes now.
Oh man, yeah. Texan wouldn't steal a bike.
No. He's one of the good ones.
Yeah. He can cut half an inch thick thing of steel. Yeah, you can get through any bike lock with that.
Bike lock, no problem.
Yeah. Nothing can stop you.
I feel like it's better than like.
That's the thing. Once you get that plasma torch, all signs that say keep out are just suggestions at that point. That's the thing. That's a great, powerful tool to have. Like, it's just like nothing. Literally, you could go anywhere you want at any time. Anything that's chained up, no problem. You're just like, I'm going through that fence. I'm going through that door. You'll be unstoppable. Gold-plated and diamond-encrusted tools. I'm not saying anyone should steal a bike. I'm not recommending anyone steal a bike. There's some expensive bikes. It's a problem out here in Vancouver. Will was just saying that the bike thieves have like plasma torches now and just burn right through the bike locks. Like that's the thing. If you're riding a $3,000 to $5,000 bike, you can get like everything's up for grabs in Vancouver. Everything. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. It'll serve you well when you're a post-apocalyptic scavenger. I am not recommending anyone become a criminal. I am saying get your gear so you can be a post-apocalyptic scavenger. That's what's important. It's coming. I would say 6 months. 6 months. That's why I'm trying to sell as many guitars as I can. I don't need guitars. I need plasma torches and radiation suits. That's what I need. Yeah. Don't worry about me, everybody. I'll be fine.
The thing with wood is they usually have like 5 or 6 different names. Yeah. And some names are shared between other woods. Like
You know, it's kind of like that's the thing. Being
Mexican and the Mexican means cap.
an okay luthier. I'm a pretty good luthier and a middling streamer, but I could be a post-apoc. I could really succeed in the apocalypse. I could really succeed. In fact, civilization is impeding me being a successful man. So, I'll be okay.
So close.
Nice. Panic is ready. It was a gift.
So sometimes it's also called Engelman Recado.
And you have that Hank Bud polo shirt so everyone knows what tribe you're part of. Panic. They know which warlord your allegiance is. No deal, Raj. Yeah. Desperado style.
So this is the same
Yeah.
density properties as Rosewood, almost exactly.
Yeah. I looked it up. It has like a nice good hardness level.
Yeah.
Above.
All my guitars are just instruments. I don't. You'll have to do those mods yourself. Nice, nifty. The shirt looks good. That's good to hear. You got the one, the black illustrated one, right? Yeah. Yeah, nobody's going to mess with you, Panic. No one. Everybody knows. He works for the Hank. The great Hank. Yeah, well, when you're a drug addict, Metal Dad, you're not really a person who makes long-term good decisions, you know? like being a petty criminal is a lose-lose situation. That's the thing about criminals. I was watching a thing where the police were talking about like criminals, and they're like, they steal things because they're not very smart, and it's actually really easy to catch them because they're not very smart. Like, there's a way better way to make $3,000 than stealing a bike. Like, there's so many better ways to do it, but these guys, they just don't have any better ideas, you know? So. Okay, Rock and Raj, I'll consider. Your daughter stole it right away? She'll probably steal the ukulele too, Nifty. You need a Hank tank. Okay, I'll make a Hank tank. Actually, that's a great name for it. I do need a Hank tank. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. Let me throw you some Hanks for that great marketing idea. I need a Hank tank. Does anybody else want a Hank tank? There's 250 Hanks for your top shelf idea. Top shelf idea. You don't have your Hank gear yet? Don't worry, Rage, it's coming. Now he's all the bare arms. Yeah, there's better ways. It requires planning. I suggest all of you out there, let me tell you, all of you who are thinking about a life of crime, let me tell you, you don't have to do that. You can just build guitars. I have turned so many people away from a life of crime by showing them how to build guitars. Let me tell you, half the people in the Luther uprising were on their way to be career criminals, and I turned them around. Richard over here, career criminal. And now we've got him in the shop working on a neck. You can turn your life around, Richard. You can turn your life around. Yeah. That's what we do here.
Working with underprivileged youth like me.
Yeah. Let me tell you, kid, you got the skills to succeed. Yeah. No, a tank top. It'll be a Hank tank top. A Hank tank. Hank top.
We all said that.
Yeah. Yeah, catalytic converters is where it's at. Forget the bikes. That's what you need. Hey, Blackstone, how are you doing tonight? No panic. Just build the guitars. Yeah, we turn lives around here.
One of my friends always says, it's the triple C lifestyle. It's catalytic converters and crack.
Yeah. What's something crazy, Panic? Yeah, we moved the bench back, Rage.
I learned that from a while.
Yeah. Metal Dad is going to become a career criminal just so I can turn him around and help show him how to build guitars. If you're already on the straight and narrow, I don't got time for you. I only deal with turning around criminals. If you're just an average person, go steal a bike and then get back to me. In less than 1 month in your state, you'll not need a license to carry. Well, crazy things. Here in Canada, we have to notify the Mounties when we move our pistols. Yeah, so different world down there.
So this looks like I'm taking it off pretty even, but I feel like I have lower standards than the person who makes the guitar. But like the
That looks fine. Maybe tear.
Yes, I listened to that. I listened to that song, Blackstone. It sounded good. I liked it. I liked the production on it. It had a real, like, that kind of era. It had kind of 60s and 70s elements to it. Kind of like a Chris Christopherson song. I really liked it. It had a good sound. I really liked the production on it. I liked that sound. That's the kind of, I don't know, that kind of era that I like. So very good. I really liked it. Man, Texas Space Agency, you will do just fine in the apocalypse. Indiana, interesting.
Here and excited.
It's not so bad.
I think when I first saw it, I was like, I'll definitely want to do compression workshop.
Up here in Canada,
So because it's sooner than later.
up here in Canada where we already have background checks. You know what's annoying? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what's annoying about Canada is the American media is so pervasive up here. Let me tell you that people, our politicians piggyback on American issues, and it's really, really bizarre. So like in Canada, ARs are already restricted. You need a restricted license to get one. You need a background check. You need training. You have to register your gun with the police. They have all these checks already in Canada for owning ARs or pistols and semi-autos and stuff. We have magazine limitations. Certain models are banned and stuff. And yet they still pretend like we have no laws. And currently the government is trying to just ban all guns. And they're just, people are supporting it because they don't know that it's like, well, we already have those laws and they're acting like we don't. It's really bizarre. It's kind of a hysteria. I don't know what's going on here. I can't comment on what happens in America, but here in Canada, it's very, the American issues are up here now, and everybody's going nuts. The government up here is like, we got to ban the guns too, and it's like, you already did. But they don't care. I own no cannons. Yeah, it's a different thing up here. It is not America up here. Yeah, it's a different. I just find it annoying. I'm not going to voice my opinions on American issues because that would be, as a Canadian, that would be rude of me. But it's just annoying when Canadians start talking about issues like they're the same thing. That's what bugs me. In my country, is they're just piggybacking on the trends in the States for political points. It kind of sucks. So I blame America. America's too big and too loud that even Canada has to take into account. Yeah, building guitars is a better topic. Nobody wants to hear my hot takes. Nobody wants to hear my hot takes on the Biden administration or the conflict in Ukraine. I'm a guitar builder. Come on. Of course I have opinions, but who cares? Let me tell you about this wood I'm working on. I think it's, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Wood for bodies.
Guitars in the Ukraine. Let me tell you something. I was actually looking at some Soviet era guitars in the Ukraine, and now I can't get my Soviet era guitars off eBay. I think that's the thing, is that all those issues tend to polarize the population, and there's a lot more things you have in common with people than what you really disagree on. And no matter what, you can always talk about guitars. Let's just talk about wood. And even if you disagree on your favorite wood, nobody's going to get too upset. Yeah, let me tell you.
Did Meredith tell you about the P&E guitar?
The P&E guitar?
Yeah,
No.
so she just sent you a text, you and I a text about it. So they're refurbishing the wooden roller coaster at the P&E.
Yeah.
They're going to give us a bunch of the fir wood from it. So
Ooh.
we're supposed to make one for the YVR airport display, and then the other we can sell.
Oh, okay.
But it's all going to be like old rotted fir, so it's going to be kind of.
Oh, okay. We got some wood updates. Hey, everybody. Biden is a terrible guitar builder. Yeah, let me tell you. And you know who was worse? Bush. Bush couldn't build a guitar to save his life.
Trump's surprisingly good.
Yeah, Trump, great guitar builder. Anyway, we got Hank Bud's Sputnik series. There's going to be a deficit in guitars from Eastern Europe, and I have to fill.
Fill the void.
Yeah, with all these sanctions, how are people going to get their Russian guitars? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, fretwork today, Triad. We have. Okay, Reagan built the first Muracaster. So did you guys hear that? So there is at the P&E is kind of a fairground, a permanent kind of fairground every summer. They have roller coasters and, the things and music and stuff, right? It's like a fairground with rides. So they're dismantling the,
They're refurbishing
the
wooden roller coaster.
the
It's been
roller
there for,
coaster.
like, how many years? Like,
So we're going to salvage some of the wood out of this old roller coaster and make some fur casters.
Yeah.
I think it's probably old fur.
it is fur.
Yeah, so we're going to do some roller casters. Roller casters, everybody. Everybody can agree on that. If you got a problem with roller casters, you can go back to the Soviet Union, you communist.
I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be very barn castery looking. Like if you look
Yeah.
up Vancouver P&E wooden roller coaster, it's like it almost looks like a roller coaster you should definitely not get.
I've never ridden that roller
I've
coaster.
ridden it once and it was scary.
Yeah, okay,
Like it's
okay.
falling apart. Like,
Yeah. Okay, roller casters in the mix.
Yeah.
It should be good.
Beans.
Yeah. We've been looking for some old salvaged fur. And so you're saying the Vancouver airport is going to do a display?
I would say this is pretty much good. There's like a hair, but again,
I think that's a
400, so we'll kind of.
a really interesting. So
So yeah, let's go there.
here's another happening is the
It's good, like right around here.
for some reason the Vancouver airport is going to display our guitars. Yeah. How are you doing tonight, Triad? So actually, what I'm doing is I'm peeling the finish. I sprayed the maple fingerboard, and now I have to remove the finish off of the frets. Chestnut is super dense, isn't it? Will, what do you know about chestnut?
Chestnut is super dense.
Yeah, it's like super dense. That's why you don't see it very much.
It's a relatively the same thickness all the
Hawaiian oak.
time.
I'm not familiar with Hawaiian oak either.
Because
I mean, I'll do it. I'll do it. I won't do it. Whatever you think is best.
yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay.
Your thickness is pretty good all across.
So pretty much just go to the 9.5 up here.
Yeah, and then you're all done. So you want to do the limit inlay?
Yeah.
Offset knots?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Sweet.
And then black on the side is what you said?
I think that's the way to go.
Anyway, oh, in case you guys haven't seen, I've got this one all shiny. It's shiny now.
It's a shiny guitar.
And that'll be ready for the open house. So we're just going to do our own guitar show. Now, for you Americans out there, a guitar show is like a gun show, but without guns. It has guitars. It was basically the same thing. So imagine a gun show, but it's just guitars. That's what a guitar
It's
show.
gonna be more like a dog show.
No, you'd think it would be more like a dog show. But no. Anyway, yeah, we're just going to have our own guitar show. Oh,
The spool of wire.
spool of wire. Meredith just jams things in there.
Things in there.
Anyway, here it is. Here's the shiny guitar. It's shiny. That's going to be the next one.
Henry, how long did that take?
Weeks and weeks. I took a really long time because I had to refinish it. I did a matte spray on it. I wasn't happy with it, so I sanded it back and redid it and then made it gloss. So all in all, this thing, it's taken me about a month from when I started.
I was watching a video, Stu Mac video of someone doing a solid color with aerosols. And yeah, it says 3 weeks to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're doing like traditional automotive paints and lacquer and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Well, the nitro, some of those lacquer finishes will take a month just to cure.
Yeah.
So these ones are nice. The polyurethane is 24 hours and you can be wet sanding it. So
I mean, like for a full cure, it still takes like about a month or something, but you can work it.
you can work it. Yeah.
yeah.
It's good. And yeah, finishing is a different beast. That's why I prefer the wipe on finishes.
The matte poly spray is pretty easy.
Yeah, it's probably one of the best, easier finishes, but it's still a lot of work to wet sand everything. I had to wet sand that thing to 2000 and then buff it. So it,
Really, just as long as you aren't painting or doing gloss.
yeah, the worst thing that can happen is you sand through it. So I didn't sand through it because I put on so much gloss on that thing that it wouldn't happen. Because of the bevels, I have all these hard edges on it. There's just more of a chance of sanding through, but for the most part, it's done. It's good. It's good. There was a few things. There's a few white flecks in it. I don't know if you can kind of see it. That's the one thing you can see all those little tiny white flecks. There's a few of those in it. Look at that. You can't really see it right there, but when I hold it up right there, you can see those white flecks. Those bug me, but I'll just have to live with it. So, anyway, certain wood, the density of wood can affect tone to a certain amount, but most of the time, it'll be your pickups. Like for an electric guitar, if it was like a hollow body chestnut, it would probably have a very It'd be a bright sound. Usually the denser woods give you more of a brighter sound. But for the most part, your pickups are going to determine the sound. For a solid body. Hey, Willie, what's going on? Willie, did you see that? I got it. Got it shiny. Yeah, your amp is going to make a huge difference. Yeah, it's shiny. We got a shiny guitar. Like a lightning bolt going through it. Look at that.
Okay, but it is 9.5 now, so you're basically.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah, this one hopefully this week it should be getting it done. Yeah, I agree. I think your pickups and your amp, the wood will have a bit of oh, I think I have the compressor. If you want to move it back, it needs to be plugged in. It's going to have to be plugged back in there.
It's okay, we don't really need it right now. We're
Well,
in the DOS. Doesn't need it. Alright, oh. Yeah, you've come this far. You can.
so
Yeah, man. That's a compound radius.
It is. Compound radius. Not too shabby for a first tab. Okay, so there's two things that we're going to be penciling here. Okay. So the distance that we're going to do here, it's kind of up to you how far.
actually, where's my other blade?
Essentially,
Okay.
we're going to do, the space.
So right now,
Oh my gosh.
I got to get this neck prepped, but then I got everything else is pretty much ready to go. I drilled all the holes in that thing before I sprayed it so that I wouldn't have to be drilling or doing anything to it. I have to do a few holes.
Yeah, you could do that for each one of the frets and then
Yeah, it's,
so
I think with
yes.
solid bodies, it doesn't matter a whole lot. Some people claim that they can tell the difference between like mahogany or ash, and maybe they can. Maybe the feel is different. I think when they're chambered, there's definitely a different sound. But again, the pickups are going to do most of it. Lacewood, okay, Hawaiian oak or silky oak from Australia. Super dense.
So, I mean, I'm happy to do whatever, but that seems like a
Yeah,
that's the way to do it.
like that's one of the reasons I chamber the walnut on my guitars, because I think that that's the only way to get a little bit of sound that is different, that you can get a different sound out of it, or tone and resonance. Like you'll definitely get more resonance that way. Some people feel that the solid body, like a solid body mahogany, you'll get a longer sustain.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I guess so just kind of
Nice. Does he have any figured koa? Speaking of wood, any figured koa?
I'm gonna hold both of these rulers on here. You kind of just mark off.
sure. Like that in the slut. That one's a little narrow. Is this a lefty
Man, only on the 7th fret. Lots of figured koa. Hey, Will, Rage has a guy who has figured koa.
Figured koa.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Get some of that figured koa. Send us some pictures.
Like crazy 5A.
5A. Will only wants 5A figured koa. Anything less, he spits on it.
I mean, if this is gonna be harder than what you were gonna suggest, then let's just do it
No, I just want to get the
5A figured koa or get out.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah, you'd want to avoid this.
Koa is amazing looking. I was looking at a guitar the other day, a highly figured koa, and man, it does look pretty good. So that's the thing. I rarely see koa here. Have you ever seen koa?
hard to find.
It's hard to find here. Probably because it all just like stays in the States for the most part.
We're gonna do that distance if you like the thing to check is the 21st fret, right?
Does he deserve it? None for Will. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to Will? What did Will do for you? Oop.
Yeah, and then that number can be sort of transposed to the whole way, right?
Oh, I just snapped this blade. How's that even possible? I think Will deserves it. Will deserves to make nice guitars. That's the thing. When you get like a really nice figured top, it's like it really takes that guitar over the top. Oh, he didn't get you any Canadian Kit Kats. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that that's what you wanted. Will can get you a whole box of Canadian Kit Kats.
Well, the Kit Kats money from that.
Apparently the American Kit Kats are garbage, but the Canadian ones are like where it's at.
Can you even get Kit Kats in the US? That's an
Hey, all around.
You can, but
Thank you for that follow.
thought it was gonna be like Coffee Crisp. When I was
Coffee Crisp is Canadian.
yeah, you can't.
My office mate when I was a grad student, we from Quebec, got so excited that they started carrying.
Hey, Grey Dog. Grey Dog, thanks for that resub. How are you doing tonight?
Just trying to see if I can find guitar plans that show the distance for this.
Oh yeah, right. Actually, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Sorry.
Yeah.
No bathroom for you. You get back to work.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
you're going to
So
suffer.
you want blood, sweat, tears, and piss. Huh?
Yeah, yeah. Man, I keep snapping these blades. These are weak blades, Will.
The
How
Lord Coat blade.
are these the Lordco blades?
Lord Coat loves.
How can I snap these things? That's insane. So, soon, I will have this guitar done. And then, so Will, what's the deal with the Vancouver airport?
So yeah, I guess Meredith just contacted them because they have guitars on display. In the
They have guitars on display at the
in
airport?
the terminal. Yeah, yeah. So
Whose
like,
guitars?
I can't remember, but I remember I walked through the terminal and seen them. It's like when you're in the like
Yeah.
the waiting area to like leave to get on your plane or whatever. It's
Yeah.
Like, they always have like art like down.
Yeah.
There's a couple of I don't know if they're still there, but like there definitely have been guitars displayed there. So
Oh, I should get a guitar.
yeah, I'll get in on that.
Yeah.
They love Canadian things.
Yeah, some locally. Look at some art made by the local artisans of Vancouver when the tourists come in. Oh, you're in LA, California. All around LA. That makes sense. Nice. Hey, all around LA, if you're interested in more luthier stuff like guitar building and stuff, you should check out our Discord. We have a group Discord with a bunch of other guitar builders here on Twitch. So if you're interested in finding more, hey Mullig02, thank you for that follow. So yeah, if you're interested in finding more guitar builders here on Twitch, check out the Discord. Good community of guys and gals, just a good group of people who are all just enthusiastic about guitars, enthusiasts about guitars and woodworking and such. I got this guitar top from California. I think, what are they called? California.
I think it's literally just called like Exotic Woods, California.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
used to be called California Fruitwood, but they changed that
Yeah, it's
name.
definitely not California Fruitwood anymore. Hawaiian oak has a beautiful grain pattern, but it's expensive. Yeah, when you start getting into like premium tops, it can range from like $100 to hundreds of dollars for a top, but
Sometimes thousands.
sometimes thousands if it's a crazy one. This was an expensive top. I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for it. You can figure it out yourself. But I spent a pretty penny on this top because I wanted to make the prettiest of guitars. You only like tubas. Fair enough. There is a guy, Avenging Pineapple, who comes onto my stream every few weeks. And he's been doing this for a year and a half. Every few weeks, Avenging Pineapple shows up. And he's like, are you building a wooden tuba yet? And then he disappears. So, funny you should mention tubas. I've had to... Avenging Pineapple has been trolling me for a very long time about it. Nice. I'll check that out, Rock and Raj. Rock and Raj has a robot that does all of his work for him. What does Emmett have in his mouth?
Emmett.
Oh, it's just sand. He probably still shouldn't chew on that.
Emmett, you need to stop garbage diving.
Yeah, yeah.
God's little garbage machine. Come here, Emmett.
Let me see this robot. Oh, wow. Whoa. Just takes out the weeds. That's a nice little robot you got there, Raj. Real nice robot. I didn't even plant my garden this year. I was too busy. Too busy with the guitars. I don't know how I'll survive without my potatoes. No Hank Spud this year.
Tricked it.
Oh,
Starbucks lid instead.
oh man.
Ooh.
Will, 7 times smarter than an Aussie Shepherd.
So.
Anyway, that's interesting. There's a lot of people at the airport. Now you need to transplant all the plants. I usually do a little garden this year, but I had no time. Just guitars this year. I only grow guitars this year. But
The side dots are okay, so basically, I was doing 5¼ millimeters. Good enough. Basically, what I was doing is you take the caliper, you hold it on the fret line, and I was just doing like a long streak going off the edge.
slowly, everything's coming out.
And you just do that all the way down. For the 12th, what I was doing is I did the same thing as normal, but then I went to the center of that point and then made another one even further. That's good. Do that all the way up.
Okay.
On the drill press.
So this is locked, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Or I'll double check them after.
Hmm.
I'm gonna take this off and fogging up while it's
Yeah, this is, we're not, it's not
Almost got all. Man, Will, have you ever done this? Getting the finish off of the frets. It's like it's kind of a pain.
I think it's easier with steel wool.
Yeah, but I don't like steel wool.
Well, that's why it's a pain.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
I mean, you could tape off the fingerboard and hit it with a little bit of light sandpaper too.
No, I'm just scraping it off with a blade.
Fair enough. You do this to yourself because you're aversion to steel wool. What has steel wool ever done to you? Just once.
Wrecked all my iPhones.
Well, yeah.
Like all those little. My iPhones last a lot longer now that I'm not using real steel wool. I'm using synthetic steel wool.
Scotch pads.
Yeah. They're not Scotch. These are 3M 4-aught mesh.
My shoe, Emmett. This is my shoe. I walk with these, buddy.
Yeah, it's tough when you don't have a lot of space. The nice thing that there is some things you can do as far as guitar building without a lot of space. You can do a lot of stuff with hand tools. It's just going to take you more time.
3, 5. Okay. Now we'll use necessary. A bit of
There's also, depending on where you live, sometimes you can find a communal shop. Oh, the Indian rosewood neck. Oh yeah, the all walnut one. That one, yeah, that one just sold a few months ago. But that was a really simple build, but it was also like turned out really well. That Indian rosewood neck felt so good. So good.
Even earlier, you bullied Justin more.
Yeah,
He was so weak and he was so close.
I almost bullied a guy into buying that guitar, and I could just tell that if I knew I could, I'm just not much of a salesman. I knew I could bully him into doing it. And I didn't go for the kill. I didn't go for the sale. Because I knew deep down it's like
He didn't need it.
he did
wasn't
not
a guitar
need it.
person, He just liked the look of
He
it.
really liked that guitar. He just really liked it. I'm like, come on, Justin, do it. Do it. And he was like, oh, okay. He was kind of easy to manipulate. And I would definitely be manipulating him. Eventually somebody bought it who plays it and enjoys it. So it's like, again, I just make the guitars. I'm trying to be a salesman now. And it's... I believe in my product. That's what you got to do, Will. You got to believe in your product. I got to hype myself up with like sales meetings in the morning and be like, look at some charts and just be like, my sales are down all across my territories. I gotta get this company back on top.
3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 12.
Yeah, so all around LA, that was an exceptionally dark piece of walnut. That was a real unique dark piece, and it was a one-piece body as well. It was so dark that it was almost the same color as the rosewood. And that's why I did that rosewood neck on there, because I was like, man, this piece is black walnut can sometimes range from more like kind of golden brown to like dark. Apparently what Rage Guitars was telling me the other day, have you heard this, Will? Rage was saying that you get the darker walnut when it's air dried as opposed to kiln dried. So I don't know if that's true.
He's gaslighting.
He could be. He's just making it up.
I mean, the stuff we get from PJ, I'm pretty sure is air dried, and that stuff is
Yeah.
always really dark.
So these are 2 pieces of black walnut. Actually, those are pretty dark,
Yeah.
those 2 bodies.
I think the one on the right is a lot more chocolatey looking.
Yeah, one is more chocolatey. But I really like doing one piece. This one is a one piece black walnut body. But yeah, I really like using, both are kiln. Then why are some darker? These are both kiln. Rage says these are both kiln.
I don't think PJ kiln dries their bodies. Those boards are huge. I mean, I guess they might have like a giant industrial
Yeah.
kiln, but some of those boards are like 20
Yeah.
feet long.
Yeah. I don't
I think
know.
that's
They
air dried.
have a giant kiln. You don't
Maybe
know.
they might have a giant kiln. Have to
The
be
darker
like
stuff that has more colors, reds, is air dried. So that piece, remember the one, the body, like it had, yeah, it looked like rosewood. It had reddish tones, and we couldn't figure out why that one was so dark.
Ordered the wrong fresh.
That's why you.
But we got that at the same place that we get other ones. Anyway, that was an exceptional piece. Did Luke get one of those where he just painted over? I was just thinking we should have hung on to those a little bit more. Anyway, I really like using walnut. That's my signature. Nobody's ever used walnut for guitars before I started doing it.
It's uncommon still.
It is uncommon. I don't know why. Is it seen because it's more of like a furniture wood or something?
I think probably the same reason people don't use oak, right?
Yeah.
Same thing, right?
Yeah, but it's
Oak is really like wide grain. The
Wide
walnut's
grain.
Tight. Like it's like
yeah.
almost comparable to like mahogany and stuff sometimes.
Yeah, it's about the same weight as mahogany. A little bit lighter than mahogany.
I think.
Heavily underused wood in acoustic guitars, I think. Like, my walnut Elskit is like the best.
Yeah.
Fucking love it.
Yeah.
Very mellow wood for acoustics.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because it's too expensive. It's probably
It
just
is a little bit on the expensive
yeah,
side.
it's probably cheap. Like it's a premium wood to a certain degree.
Also, it's not consistent either.
Yeah.
So like we'll get boards like even that body you were showing where it's got like the huge like light portion.
Yeah.
Like I know it's probably minor, but even for like finishing and painting, that would almost be considered like a blemish. I think.
Yeah, that's another thing. That could be it.
I like that look. I think that's a win.
Yeah, I think that looks
But,
good.
you know,
No, don't worry, Rage. Will agrees with you. Will would never contradict you.
all right.
Everybody agrees with you all the time.
3, 5, 7, 9, 12.
If you don't agree with Rage, you're not thinking straight. But yeah, I really like walnut. This one is another strange. This is really strange that I made this body out of Paduke. You never see. You want to see a wood you never see as a body wood? Paduke is never used.
Did it from the center line.
Good luck trying to find a Paduke guitar, especially with a burl top. This thing is just a very, very unique build. But I had to chamber it, and that was another thing with walnut is I've had to chamber it because it's like a little bit on the heavy side. So this thing, normally Paduke is pretty dense and heavy. This is actually a really good weight. This thing is a really good weight.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm interested to hear if there is a difference with the Paduke chambered Paduke.
They're all
Maybe that's the secret.
from like the back of the line.
But now that I've done one body with the Paduke, I'll
So
probably do some more.
that back line, sure.
Or
It's gonna be a matter of like adding 2 mils or something. Just redo this one right here, the same way you did all the other ones. And then yeah.
so one of the reasons I was building all these guitars and this other guitar here is mostly for demos to kind of show the kind of instruments that I build
From the back, you said? What's in the middle?
because
Just do it the same way you were doing all the other
big brain rage.
Probably.
So I'm trying to get my guitar my guitar company officially up and running end of this month. And so I need examples of my work to show that I'm a pro. That I'm somebody you could give a deposit to, and within a month or two, you'll get a guitar. That's all I want to show is you give me money, I give you a guitar. You can trust me. It's going to take a few years to build up my name. I am not, despite what you may have heard on Twitch, I am not a very well-known luthier.
You have a 3mm drill bit there.
3 mil. I have 2.5. For what?
Where's Bill? The Lou Henley dot.
Oh, I have this one. Try that one. What is it?
It's 2.3.
Try this one. But you have to give it back.
Maybe. This one is 3.1.
That's
close.
good. That's close enough. The glue will fill the rest.
I just want to do a test.
Do a test first. Anyway, I need to do show pieces. I gotta prove I can roll.
So this is the Lumen way?
Roll with the big dogs, as it were.
Oh, I see what you're saying there, okay.
A lot of guitar building also depends on reputation. And reputation takes years. So I'm just starting out. It's going to take me a while to be... I think people will take me seriously on account of my work, but it'll still take some time before it's like, I don't know, I get my order books filled for the year. In the meantime, I'm just going to keep doing my thing and doing what I can do. But that's why, like I said, I'm getting rid of my prototypes. And my prototypes are going for less money than what my guitars will be going for at the end of the month. So, everybody who watches the stream, Rage Against the Machine. Everybody who watches the stream is getting access to the early run. It's pretty much, actually, it is kind of how it is. It's like everybody who watched me on stream who got an instrument is getting like the first run, the first year. I started putting stuff on TikTok. Will, did you hear I'm a TikToker now? I put you on TikTok. I put a video of you playing the Pank guitar. Yeah. Anyway. If I need a jingle, I might need a jingle at some point, Blackstone. Tari Sue made me a jingle for the podcast, but I may need a little something, an intro thing for videos. That's the next thing. You know what? I keep thinking, I could probably build one more guitar by the end of the month. But it's also, I should probably just do media stuff and shoot videos. Yeah. Because I have a lot of guitar. I got a whole wall. I was like, do I need one more guitar there? Like, really? How many guitars? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 guitars there. I'm okay on guitars. Maybe I'll do one more. Oh, Will, I ordered some batteries for your camera. I got a couple batteries and a charger coming.
There's a phone app for it, so you can pull the photos directly off the camera onto your iPhone.
Really? That thing is amazing.
Really handy.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot.
Okay. 1, 3.
Yeah, so media stuff. Actually, that's what I should do. I need to make media.
It's really visible. That's
Media things.
the thing that's most important to me. I feel like.
Videos and such. All those things.
We go in there.
Tell my story. How I started a guitar company on Twitch
Yes, it's nice. Yeah, this one.
during the lockdown.
All the way down, but just hit it with the point a little bit on each one of those plus signs. Just grab. Yeah, exactly. And then we're gonna go to that.
Oh, this rain is just in the most convenient spot.
That's the unfortunate downside of
Which fret am I on? I'm on the 10th fret.
That looks about right though.
Soon. I'm halfway down here.
Yeah, just do that exact same thing with all of
And then
where to stop.
so many things to do. But yeah, I should probably do some media stuff. That's what I should do. Videos and press packages and things like that. Because I am ahead of the game. I am not going to be rushing at the end of this month to finish these guitars. This guitar will get done, I would say, end of this week. And then the next one I can get done the following week. That one's just needs a neck carve, and it's pretty much good to go.
Yeah, that one will be fast.
That one-
People carve so easily too.
Yeah,
It's
that
the best.
I can carve that neck in a day. I can radius, fretwork, 3 days. That needs 3 days of work if I really push it. As long as I don't stream my work on that one, I should be able to get it done. Whenever I stream, things take.
Thursday, Saturday,
Yeah. Tomorrow is a productive day. I get most of my work done on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
You know what I'm gonna do? Here. Yes, I know.
Though I got in early today and Will wasn't here. I was all by myself.
Sorry.
And I just wet sanded. Mayor wasn't here either. I just wet sanded by myself, which is probably for the best because then I got things done. I didn't just end up gabbing.
Okay, it's gonna be a busy day tomorrow.
Is it?
The whole crew is gonna be.
Who's going to be in tomorrow?
PJ, Mayor. I'm gonna come in a little bit later, probably around 12. And then I wanna get started on these bad boys. So
Oh, yeah.
Off those ends because it's gonna get started.
Okay.
I'm not as these ones I think will come together quickly.
Yeah, I
Because
think.
they're just getting the mat spray and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we don't have to do the scarf now, which is nice.
Did you get the truss rods for it?
So I think what I'm gonna do, I've got the one, and then we're just gonna pull the truss right out of the stripes.
Yeah, that one should be
Either that,
scavenged.
or we can these two next year are also duds. We can pull these truss rods out and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We got a lot of truss rods. It's sad. What's wrong with that other? Oh, there, it's too narrow. They're all too narrow.
55,
Yeah.
not 56, because
Yeah.
the scene decided to play a little trick on us,
Yeah.
having a goof.
Yeah.
Do you have a twist bit? Because like the one that I got off center, I think I can fix it.
Okay.
Twist bit by just sort of like angling
So-
it, you know?
We have 2 more done vegans to do. We got the
Twist it, just like a regular drill bit.
Yeah.
a zircote top with a black limba body, and then we have a burl top with a
What I've had
swamp ash body.
my little hobbying is I fuck up this all the time. So,
There you go.
so I have learned to compensate.
Thank you.
So still a few things to finish up. Will's got 2 guitars to finish up. Mare has 2 guitars and a bass to finish. I have 2 guitars to finish.
We're all finishing 2 guitars.
Yeah, it's crunch time. Everybody has one job, and it's 2 guitars.
Neck part of the month.
Yeah. It's all the bodies are done. It's just necks.
Buckeye one needs a little bit more work, but it's almost.
You filled that neck pocket with epoxy.
Yeah.
You're going to have to chisel that out real carefully. Will.
I think I'm just gonna cut a neck pocket template.
Yeah, and just route
and
it.
just re-rip it.
Yeah, that might be easier.
I don't want to hit that edge at all. You
Yeah.
know, like,
Yeah.
it's Buckeye's already so brittle.
Tape it off. Will is just a maniac. What do you do with a maniac in the shop? Just throw an epoxy out around all over the place.
Like 4 tubes of JB Weld.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't even think it's fully done yet.
Anyway. Oh, and I got Rhino's guitar to get off this week as well, and I have to send out that one to Nifty. So it's like, get all that stuff out of the way. Karen's guitar is well in hand. So, whew. And then we got another insane month of classes. And then I'm probably taking August off if I can, which I will.
Yeah, July's gonna be crazy. I don't know how we're gonna do it.
Well, it'll be done like how it always is.
I'm not so much worried about the boot camp. It's that custom workshop I'm worried about for completing that one time.
Oh,
He
yeah.
wants the like SG Viper kind of thing, but he wants to paint it and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Well,
always like,
yeah,
we'll see.
yeah. Well, we'll see.
Okay, well, it convinced me of this a little bit, but I think it's on center now.
It's a good problem to have.
It's at least
Having a lot of work means you're getting things done. You know? It would be way worse if we were sitting around with nothing to do. No classes, no guitars.
aligned with
So,
is it
can't really complain about being busy. Like, at least I have a guitar show and people are coming to see my guitars. People who buy guitars are coming to look at my guitars. So, I can't really complain. This is what I want. And then I'm glad this neck looks pretty good. The frets look nice. I did a decent job. I'm sure other people could do better, but right now that's about as good as I can do as far as fret work goes, and it's not bad. I've seen better fret work than this, but it's not the worst fret work either. The main thing with the fretwork is how does it feel? And as long as it's not stabbing your hands, that's all good. So that's another thing with this guitar, even though it's like really fancy. I hope it's not too fancy that people are afraid to play it. But then again, I'm afraid of people playing it because then they'll scratch it. So it's kind of like, maybe it's too fancy. Maybe nobody will play it because they're like, oh, it's too nice. It's too nice. Don't make your guitars too nice. Then they'll never get played. So I'm just going to have to scuff it up on purpose, just so to take away that intimidation factor.
So, I would not even go all the way up to this.
I do. I just don't know if I think I'm going to go for it. I think I'm going to go for it, even though I don't have a whole lot of hardware left. That's another thing. It's like I don't have a whole lot of hardware left for one more build. Maybe if I can sell the Pank guitar, I can start on AJ's build. I don't know if I'll have that one done by the end of the month. But I would like to do one more, like just a straight up art piece guitar. I've been toying with this idea. I think you guys saw the design months and months ago. I wanted to do this East Vancouver kind of motif, and here in Vancouver, in East Van is kind of that you have downtown, and then East Van is like more of the it's not really a suburb. It is kind of a suburb. It's just more of like the working class neighborhood. That's why our shop is here. It's a lot of like warehouses, and it's by the water, the port and stuff. So it's kind of like East Van is kind of considered the seedier part of Vancouver. And so one of the symbols for the city is the crow. So in the morning, all the crows go into downtown and eat like whatever they can find. But then when the sun is going down, all the crows, they all nest in East Van. So as the sun's going down, you just see like hundreds and hundreds of crows flying back into East Van, and it's kind of and it's like clockwork too. When I was working downtown, you come home with the crows. You're riding your bike back with them. So it's kind of a neat kind of urban wildlife thing. Anyway, I wanted to do a motif with the crows at sunset coming back into Vancouver and doing that on a guitar. I kind of had some design ideas. Do a real East Van guitar. So I don't know if I'll have time to have that ready, but if I can have that ready, that would be a great showpiece. Yeah, Murder of Crows. There's nothing to scratch proof a guitar. Nothing. There's no way. The shinier it is, the more chances it'll get scratched. That's why I like the matte finishes. They wear a lot better. You don't get it's the gloss finishes that get dinged up, or you perceive them to be dinged up more. But anyway, I might get that one done. I don't know. I just don't know what else is going to come up. But if I can get that one, that would be a really good good showpiece, good art piece. One more thing, a stretch goal, as they say. We will see. We'll see if I can pull that one off. Though I did the Muracaster in a week but I didn't have much else on the go at that time. We'll see. That's why I really want to just get this one done, out of the way, get Rhinos done, out of the way, and just keep. My biggest motivation for finishing things is so I can start on the next thing, and I think that's the best motivation you can have. It's not about getting praise or whatever. It's like my main motivation to finishing a guitar is just so I can start on the next one. My main motivation to selling a guitar is so I can buy parts for the next one. So my whole life, everything, it revolves around the guitar right now, which is fine. Keeps me out of trouble. It's not a bad thing to throw yourself into as far as all-encompassing things. Probably better than, just drinking all the time. There's way worse vices than guitars. I highly suggest becoming a guitar building addict. I'm addicted to building guitars. It's an expensive habit. I don't know if I can recommend it. Many of us suffer from it. I'm going to turn the Discord into a, yeah, I got to work for the next fix. Look, the Discord is actually for all the guitar addicts to get help. I'm going to have an intervention with everyone and just be like, hey, look, guys, you need to rein this in. This guitar habit is getting out of hand for all of us. We've all gone too far. Leslie, what's going on? This thing, I've almost got it. A few more frets to go. And then this neck will be so close. Meredith got me another can of the gloss. I was all out of gloss, so she got me one more. What slapped me in the face? Yeah, nice. Man, some of this finish does not want to come off. Oh, hey, Emmett. What's going on, Emmett? Come here. Come here, Emmett. Come here. Come here. What's going on? Come on. What's going on? He's so bored. He's so bored. Come here. So bored being in the shop here. So bored. Yes. Just sits around all day. Nothing to do. Megan is still gone for another month. So I'm going to have Emmett even longer here in the shop. He's getting bored, sick of me. He's getting sick of this shop. Anyway,
I guess you could also like over drill it and dust or something, right?
We can always see them. We'll see how bad it is. It doesn't look.
what happened? Did you have blowout?
No, there's just one that like drifted a little bit, so it's like a
It's hard to get a line.
Yeah.
Oh, it happens. So with those lumen inlays, because
It's such a big bit.
they're real big. Did you
We used a little poke, but it's just.
You know what I found with the lumen inlays? I'd take the 1/16th, drill that, then take the other one. Yeah, or else because we don't have any brad points in that size. Yeah.
Can you even come in that size?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
But it didn't blow out or anything.
Yeah, getting those side dots, it's weird.
This is the front dots, but they're like.
Oh, the front
that's
dots.
like the offset.
Oh, okay. It's almost, I don't know why, but harder for the bigger ones than the smaller ones. Or maybe you just don't notice them as much.
Okay, so put these
Anyway.
in pretty easy. Just gonna take a little bit of thick CA. Squeeze it.
Anyway.
Dab comes out. And we're just gonna take the inlay, stab it in there, pretty good. Gonna come back in here, stand on this. Sort it up.
What's the detail, right?
So the next thing I have to do after I finish this, I have to make a new truss rod, a new truss rod cover.
We can actually do it.
I have to make a sticker. I have to
So
spray that.
I'll kind of let you.
I have to pop the covers off of the humbuckers, and then I need to
The one that if I can.
put some chrome covers on.
Maybe a little bit.
Then I need to wire it up. So I still got, I would say, 2 or 3 more days of work on this thing before it's done.
It evaporates pretty quickly on the lid, so you can be like fairly generous. So that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will, you're going to have to do this on those maple fingerboards.
Oh, Meredith's doing that.
Oh,
She's finishing them.
yeah.
I'll use steel wool. I'll just put my phone across the room.
Yeah.
What happened to your phone?
So steel wool is attracted to like magnets.
Yeah.
And electronic components, right? So for him, it got a new like, and I had that problem a little bit too. It gets into the speakers and the charging port. of your
Oh
phone.
no.
So it can be kind of a pain. The charging port, you can take like a bobby pin, or not a bobby pin, but like a closed pin and scrape it out. But when it gets in the speakers,
You have to replace the speaker.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
basically as well. So
Yeah.
my phone speakers are super quiet. Like
Yeah.
when I play any sort of audio clip, like it's just you can barely hear it. So I just accepted that.
Just put it on the speaker.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What do you got there? Just need some wood.
Anyway. What else?
So these two, do a pretty solid job.
Yeah. So pretty simple. Take the nippers and go just right up on the board. Open them
Just redoing all these frets, every single fret. When you want to do these super detail-oriented guitars, there's something to be said about just doing something simple. So on my big rivers, I don't do the bound fingerboard. This one, like, I'm not going to do this on all of them, but I just wanted to do it just because. So my Royas, which are the Super Strat ones, I will do them as like art guitars, as like one-off kind of art pieces, where I don't mind putting in this extra work, but it's not going to be the standard. I usually do ebony fingerboards. I've been doing a lot of ebony fingerboards. Ebony is really nice. I don't care about low-grade ebony with the streaks in it. I think it looks fine. So I usually leave my fret ends open. Man, everybody's going live tonight.
Party.
Everybody's.
They're trying to steal your viewers.
Yeah.
They don't want you to sell guitars.
No, they don't.
They hate you.
Yeah. For everyone else to win, I have to lose. That's how everybody thinks. Anyway.
I'm not chewing on my arm tonight.
Okay, how many frets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh man, I thought you think you're halfway done or like more than halfway, and it's like no, there's still 8 more to go. What's going on, Emmett?
Looking for garbage.
Yeah, he wants to go. He needs to go for a walk soon. I'll take him out soon. Luckily, all my hardware is in. I'm pretty happy. I popped the neck plate onto that thing, and it looks pretty good. Except one of them is scratched, but that's okay because I'm going to relic it anyway. Yeah, it's so annoying.
Not ideal, but
Yeah, I just hate it when you get hardware scratched, and it's just like, come on.
Just dropped a big drop.
oh man, it just means a little bit more sanding for you.
So actually, with the Pank guitar build, I was looking for a gold plate. I just needed a gold plate, which are not very common. Like you can get them, but so I was on Amazon, and they had a gold plate for $10, and it came pre-wired. And so I was just like, oh well, I need a plate anyway, and if the wiring is fine, I'll just use that, right? Don't do it. All those pre-wired, it was so covered in scratches from the people working on it and wiring.